So today we're going to get into the changes that are happening right here in Oceanside, California. If you've done research in the past or talked to anybody out here, a lot of people have said it's up and coming for the past 10 to 20 years. Right now it is actually up and coming. There's a lot of stuff going on from downtown to a few other places that we're going to go through and let you know kind of what's happening here in Oceanside, California. So if you guys are thinking about moving here, hit us up. We're real estate agents here in North County, San Diego. We got your back when moving in and around North County, San Diego. And so if you're thinking about moving somewhere in North County, San Diego, and it's not Oceanside, you still want to stay tuned, because if you're living in Vista, San Marcos, Carlsbad, Encinitas, any of those surrounding areas, you might be coming down to hit up kind of what's happening here, especially in the near future, what's going on in Oceanside. We were just chatting with a client who moved to Vista. He's been cruising to Oceanside to surf, to check out the downtown area, and a few other things that are going on right here. So let's get into what's up and coming here in Oceanside, California.
And so like Chris mentioned, we are right in the heart of Oceanside. Downtown is just to the north of us. Kind of that southern portion of Oceanside is really attainable from this section too. So that South O neighborhood that a lot of people talk about. But where we're at right now is right on Tremont, right behind us, and the building you can see behind us is the Tremont Collective. This is something we're seeing a lot of. We're seeing a lot of these like collective type buildings where you've got a coffee shop, you've got Bottlecraft, which is a great little spot to grab a beer or grab some bottles or cans. You've got a fish taco spot. You've got all these amenities in one building, and we're seeing that a lot. We're seeing it off Vista Way. There's a new one. There's another one off of, or up a little further north. Oceanside right now is trying to get more and more businesses into this downtown area, and so they're making it easier to put in new bars, new hotels, all the things that the infrastructure of Oceanside has been up and coming for a long time. It's actually going in now, and it is making this part of North County awesome.
And just one block that way is Coast Highway, so north and south. If you go north, you hit downtown, which has basically just blown up over the past few years with two new resorts basically right by the pier. So they have some rooftop decks, bars, if you guys want to go grab some dinner with a killer view. And they just have a lot of new little spots, actually new buildings that have popped up a few blocks back from there too, apartments and that kind of stuff. So not a ton of brand new living spaces. They do have a lot of new businesses over there. One that we really dig is a local beer spot. So if you're cruising around, we've sent a bunch of people to there. Craft Coast, fantastic tacos. I mean, tacos you get kind of anywhere in San Diego, but Craft Coast, they make them special. They have a nice little birria taco. The beer is phenomenal. It's right in that downtown area. So if you go there, you can that could be a good jumping off spot to kind of explore everywhere else around there. And then just going up and down Coast Highway too. On our podcast, I swear every week we are mentioning a new spot or a new collective or a new little group of areas that are popping up here in Oceanside, especially this downtown or this Coast Highway area. So we've just been seeing a lot of it over the past few years, and there's a few more in the works as we're talking right now. And it's not just restaurants and shops and stuff. Like right behind us here is Vital Climbing Gym, an indoor climbing gym. You get a membership there. It's a few years old. There's a theater that has like plays and stuff right up the road as well, so you could go check that out.
Some of the things that you might be into, there are a ton of live music venues popping up. There's some that have been here forever, but there's a lot of new ones kind of popping up, kind of in that Coast Highway section of Oceanside.
And then right where the freeway ends and Coast Highway begins, it used to be Municipal Taco. There is a barbecue spot that's very highly touted from San Juan Capistrano that is coming down here in the next few months. So that's they're gonna brew some beer too. Obviously everywhere in San Diego's got to have a beer thing too. So they're gonna have beer there as well. And then we're also seeing like old, like historic, old school buildings. The Brick Hotel is being fully restored with a really cool rooftop bar. They're going to have a little spot downstairs as well. So we're just seeing more and more growth going up and down the coast here in Oceanside. And there's also, with all these little breweries and tasting rooms and coffee shops, they do have something called Oceanside Sips, which is like a little way to get people out here and explore a little bit, where you can sign up and kind of go hit. They have collaboration with I think like 10 or 12 different little spots where you could cruise to and get like discounts and get little deals and stuff. And they also have something that we just saw pass not too long ago. It's a little basically electric car that goes up and down this 3-mile stretch that will bring you to a few different spots as well.
And kind of on a bigger front than just a new restaurant or brewery, there is a new arena going in. This is going to be huge for North County. We don't really have any sport venues or music venues anywhere near us. We have to go way further south to the sports arena or to San Diego State for music events and things like that. So this is going to be huge for this area. The San Diego Sockers are going to play there, which is a local team that's been around since I was a tiny little kid. So they're going to have their games there, which is pretty awesome.
And this is going to be located like we just said this is the heart. This is kind of like the downtown coastal heart, but this is literally in the heart of Oceanside. As I bring up the map right now, I'll kind of pinpoint where it is. So you can kind of see it's literally Oceanside Boulevard and Rancho del Oro. So if you're living in that Rancho del Oro neighborhood, you're gonna shoot there really quick, maybe get some season tickets, go see the Sockers play. They're not Major League Soccer or anything like that, but it is an event. I think they're gonna have a good following here in Oceanside as well.
And kind of why we're seeing this happen now, like not just be up, just saying it's up and coming for 20 years doesn't really mean much until stuff starts happening. Part of the reason that things are actually happening now is Oceanside's just become way more pro-development. There's a ton more housing going in either now or in the future. There's big things like the arena happening. There's other cool things happening here in Oceanside because development is getting easier, and that just brings more money to the city. That brings more money to keeping upkeep of the city better.
In Oceanside's obviously surf town. It's been that way forever. Some really good surf spots right here in Oceanside, the harbor. You can go down to the pier. There's a lot of little beach breaks up and down the coast. Catch some really good south swell here. Anyways, they are gonna add a new wave. I didn't know you could add a new wave. They're adding a new wave kind of inland a little bit, right up the 76. It's called Ocean Camp. It's gonna be about a 3.5 acre pool, but that's not all they're gonna have. It's like a huge development site where they're gonna have housing. They're gonna have some glamping out there. Now the renderings look awesome. If you go, I'll put some up so just so you kind of get an idea of what it might look like. We'll see how it actually ends up being. Like I said, it's a longer project, but it's gonna be cool. So if you are into surfing, it's going to be a consistent surf. So there's like wave pools that a lot of people from here cruise to in Texas, like in Waco. I don't know what exact technology they're going to have there for the surf pool, but it's going to be cool if the ocean's flat or if it's cold or you're learning or a ton of other things. Maybe they'll have some season passes. I'm not sure exactly how they're going to do it. I'm excited for it because I want to travel to some of these other surf pools, but now there's going to be one right in my backyard right here in northern Oceanside. I think it'll actually bring a lot of people into Oceanside too, just to kind of explore it, and then it's going to expand from there. Maybe they'll go check out a soccer game. Maybe they're going to come check out everything downtown has to offer. So it's going to be a good tourist attraction right here in Oceanside, which doesn't have a lot other than the beautiful beaches here. Now the downtown's growing, they're going to have that. It's just kind of a whole mix of things that are coming together.
One other thing to mention also, there's a great farmers market. It's actually even more than a farmers market. There's right in downtown Oceanside. It's called the Sunset Market. It's every Thursday from 5 to 9. There's food vendors. There's farmers market style stuff, so vegetables, fruits, things like that. There's arts and craft type booths. There's a whole ton of really cool things to check out. So it's definitely something to take a look at when you're out this way. And as for neighborhoods, with all the up and coming restaurants, bars, community, all these things that Oceanside's adding, Oceanside housing is also definitely up and coming. There's some communities where we're starting to see a lot of turnover, a lot of big remodels. One of these is San Luis Rey is really starting to come up, which is a really affordable community just north of the 76 in Oceanside. So that one we'll we'll see more of. And kind of everything around kind of the middle of Oceanside, Rancho del Oro, Ivy Ranch, a lot of those homes too, they're in that kind of era where they're starting to be completely remodeled, and we're just seeing those neighborhoods kind of get boosted a ton. Something to keep in mind in Oceanside is there are a lot of communities with HOAs, but there are also a lot without, and it literally can be one neighborhood here with an HOA and then like 3 blocks over one without. So if you're looking for a little bit more control on what the neighborhood looks like, you want to focus on those HOA neighborhoods. If you don't really care what your neighbor paints their house color, then the non-HOA communities will be a better fit.
One thing to mention too, with all this up and coming in Oceanside, there's still locals who have been here forever who like that character. And I think as they grow all these new places and stuff, they're trying to keep a lot of that local vibe, local flavor. One of the actually breweries right here, South O Brewing, is relatively new, run by some locals and stuff. You'll see a lot of these places run by local people here as well, trying to keep that original vibe.
And it is just a very prideful community. There are a lot of people that really love Oceanside. They love living here, they love working here, they love this community, and they will tell you about it. So, if you're looking for that spot that has that great community feel, Oceanside is definitely one of them. If you want to learn a little bit more about other neighborhoods in Oceanside, check out our other videos. Maybe it's the one popping up right now for you. But if you are thinking about moving to North County, San Diego, definitely get in touch with us. Call, text, email. We love helping people move to North County, and we'd love to help you get here.